Alright my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM22's The Hall of Famer. Last episode is linked above my friends. That was the end of our first half season, I guess you could call it, with Politehnica Timişoara. We're now going to crack on with a full season in the top division of Romania, and I'm really excited about this one actually. We're actually coming back for the first game of the season. It's kind of come at us really quick as well. The season's ended. We've literally had about 2.5-3 week break between the two seasons and we're back at it again. So yeah, not much of a break in Romania by the looks of things. I might be a little bit wrong there. Might be a bit more like 6 weeks rather than 3 weeks. But I know it wasn't a lot because I've struggled basically in the transfer window. But anyway, we've got lots to do today, so let's crack on. So we are, of course, going to start at the transfer screen. We need to see who's left the club, who's joined the club, and who potentially could join the club as well, because there are still deals trying to be hashed out for the season. Now, as far as the transfer budget and stuff like that was concerned, you see it in last episode, it wasn't a lot of money at all. And I kind of said to you guys, it was going to be a case of getting loans in and free transfers and just basically trying our best. What you are going to see is that I have made a little bit of money on a player. We do have the potential for some of our other players to go out as well. There's a few of our very good players that are highly coveted by better teams than us, unfortunately. But if it means we can make good money for them and then we could reinvest that money, then maybe I would be okay with it, because this is going to be a tough season whatever happens. Now, as far as this season's concerned, we're just going to see how it goes, and then towards the end of the season we'll decide if we're going to stay. This is the last year of our current deal with Timişoara, so when we're getting towards the latter stages of the season, we'll decide if we're going to stay or if we're going to move on. But for now, we are all for Timişoara and making them do well. So as far as players going out, you're going to see Tudor Matoy. He's gone out on loan. He's actually seen as like a bit of a prospect for the club. I'm not so sure. 19, he's not as good as some of the players that we've got at the club already. You're going to see Alexandru Rus has left the club for 31k. He was never going to play football for us, was he? If we're being honest with you, and I think we've done all right to sell the player on. And then you're going to see we've got Shiriak, who played a few games last season. He's gone out on loan this year. And then Bolovian, who was a centre-back who rarely played for us last year. So we've allowed him to go out on loan as well. Now, as far as the players are coming into the club, you're going to see there's a couple of frees, 2 loans, and then one that was a monetary signing. It wasn't a lot of money, but we kind of needed him. We had a goalkeeper last year, and I totally forgot he was on loan. And then when I tried to bring him back for this season, the club wanted to give him a chance. So we've had to go and get a goalkeeper. But anyway, the first one I'm going to introduce you to is Gabriel Gemino. He's coming from Regina on a free transfer. His contract was coming to an end, and he's going to probably play both right back and centre back. He can play both roles. He's probably a better centre back than he is a right back, but I still think that he could do a job for us in a full back support role. His dribbling and his crossing are not amazing, but he's got a bit of an engine. He's got the stamina, and I think, like, at this level, I think he would do all right for us. But I think he's a pretty well-rounded player. Like, if you look at him as a centre-back, you can see he's a really good player. And we could even probably push him to play ball winning, because his passing isn't terrible. It's just his first touch lets him down where that is concerned. Next up, we've got Mark Brink, who comes in as well on a free transfer after leaving Silkeborg, who I believe are maybe in Sweden or Denmark or somewhere like that. Yeah, he joins us on a free. Big wages for the player, though, £850. And should we qualify for Europe and that, there's other bits and bobs that we would have to sort of give him, bonuses and things like that. But I just wanted to get him in, basically, to the club. He's going to play centre mid. He's probably going to be our box-to-box player because he's got 10 finishing. And I think that's really important when you're playing box-to-box, because they do, obviously, get up and down the pitch, and they have a habit for, running late into the box or, coming from deep and then running in. So, yeah, we just needed to get that. The only thing that lets him down is his determination, but I think he's a pretty well-rounded centre midfielder, and yeah, I'm really happy to have Mark Brink at the club. Next up, we've got Milan Mastorovic, I think is how we're saying that name, and he comes in on loan. Now, I didn't ask for it, but I just clicked loan, and they said, we don't want any wages, and you can sign him for £1 million at the end of the season if you want. They basically put an optional fee in there of £1 million. Now, this club's not going to have £1 million. I'm going to show you the finances before we crack on today. We're never going to have £1 million to sign him, but it's just nice to know there's an option there, because he looks like a very well-rounded centre-back, and he's only 18 years of age. But the good thing about him is he's not going to cost us any money. He's probably going to be one of our starting centre-backs, because I do think he's that good. And he's definitely a notch up on what we had last season, even though Vieira and Bordeaux played really, really well for us last year. Oh, Benet, is it Bordeaux? Benet? I can't remember now. Anyway, doesn't matter. Next up is Darko Kesic. He comes in on loan as well. He's a left winger. Now, this is a side of the football pitch, and this is a part of the football pitch that we are very, very weak at the moment. And I was just glad to get this guy in, just so that we've got someone who we can potentially play there, you know, from the beginning of the season. I'm still looking for another one, because I'm not sure how good Kesic is going to be at this level for the whole course of the season, but I think he's going to do a pretty good job for us. His dribbling lets him down, and so does his work rate, because I like those out of a winger, because I play on a support. So as you can see, the work rate needs to be a bit better, and his dribbling does let him down, but I still think he's going to be a pretty tasty option for the season. And then the last one, which was for 7,000, is Josip Silic, and he is our brand new goalkeeper, Croatian. And we've bought him in from Duke Polje, I think is how we say that. He maybe doesn't look amazing on paper, but he's better than what we had last year. And we're going to struggle, basically, to just attract the best of the best. One, we've got no money, and two, the reputation of this football club is very low. So it's going to be hard for us to really attract amazing players. We couldn't offer any more. I think the max wage I could offer someone was 1.1k a week. But I didn't want to do that, because then obviously you're stretching your wage budget way too much. I wanted to try to offer lots of players smaller amounts of money. And do it that way, basically. So, yeah, he is the last player. Goalkeeper, I think he's going to be decent for us. And then as far as the window's concerned, it is still open, and I am still looking. So, I've got a loan offer in for Inu Radu, who I'm sure I will probably be introducing to you next episode. We are the only club that are going in for him. He's a right back. Really, he's going to be a backup option at the football club, because we do need that. And then I was trying to sign this Yanko Dimov, but that hasn't come through. Raymond Krollis, he went elsewhere. And then we've got Lasana Ndia. Now, I believe we might have signed this player in the Palermo Problem over on the old Fandango channel. If you are an OG from there and you came over and you're still watching my series here, let me know if that is correct. I'm pretty sure that one of my head scouts during the course of that series let me know about this lad, and we signed him, and I'm pretty sure. We only had him for about 2 years, but the name just is familiar. But anyway, we've put a bid him on a free transfer. I'm probably going to play him left wing rather than striker. He's naturally left-footed, and he's got the attributes to do it. His passing's a little low, but I think everything else is okay, and I think he'll be as good an option as Krellis will during the course of the season. So there are a few deals that we're trying to get over the line, and as far as the squad's concerned, this is how it's looking, and I would probably say we need a striker. I do think we need another striker, so I'm not sure if Massaro's going to get through the season, but we'll see, because he's still pretty good, Massaro, but I'm just not sure. You know, there's a few, like his physicals, I think are going to let him down a little bit this year. And so, yeah, we definitely need another striker. And then there's just probably other roles we need to fill more than anything. I'm pretty happy with the midfield partnership of Mika and Brink now. I think that's pretty good. Right wing, we're pretty solid. We've got Andreu, and we've also got Denis Radu, who's come back off loan. He was out on loan last season, and he's seen as a really good player, and like he can play at this level. So I'm looking forward to using him this season. We've got Onay at left back. We've got Sofran at right back. So Vieira's come back for another season. I probably should have said that because they don't put that in the transfers for whatever reason. I think because you get it done so early, they don't put it in. But Vieira has come back for another season. So that's pretty tasty as well. And I think overall we're looking pretty good. We just need 1 or 2 more signings. Now, the finances. We're finally in a positive. And this all just comes from selling a few players on. I'm not sure if it was right at the end of the season. Yes, it was. There's a few players here that have not been noted on the transfers. Basically, this Georgie, he's gone out for 100k. They basically come in and the board just accepted it. Straight off the bat, but 100,000 has helped us massively because it's helped kind of balance the books. It's one of the reasons I think the board did it. But anyway, he's gone, and that's helped us balance the books. Got 311k in the bank, which is amazing. We do actually have a little bit of transfer budget, but I'm trying not to use it because I'm trying to save it for the wages. Because as you can see, our committed spending is going to be over, and that's because we've got those offers in for players. So basically, the way this works for anyone that's interested, your current spending is what you've got at the club, but your committed spending could be that's what it could be should the players you're going in for in the transfer window sign for your football club. That's basically what it is. For a long time I didn't understand the committed spending, but I've been doing a big deep dive into Football Manager this year because I'm going to be doing some tutorial videos at some point. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've picked up on. Anyway, let's move on from the finances to the club vision, and this is what the club's expecting this season. So they want us to play attacking football, play possession football. They're going to be difficult, I think, in this division with our team. We're a newly promoted club, so to play attacking football and possession football, I don't know. I really don't know if it's going to work. We're going to stick with our current tactic and just see how it goes during the season. Got to work within the wage budget, which we're doing at the moment. We've got to fight bravely against relegation. They're not going to judge us in the cup, but I think the cup is something we might have to think about taking seriously because it's silverware at the end of the day. And we're only going to be playing teams like in our current division, the league below and stuff. So it might be one to concentrate on. And then as you can see, our contract does expire. And they just basically want the club to remain in Liga 1. After the current season that's their 5-year plan basically. What else do I want to show you while we're here? We've done transfers, done finances, we've done the club vision. What we'll do now, because there's no point showing you the fixtures really, we played 2 friendlies. That's what I'm saying, it was such a quick turnaround, only played 2 friendlies. We're going to start today's episode with a game against FCSB, who are the best club in the division arguably. They won it last year, so yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough, this first game of the season. But I guess what we should do is just go to the league and you can have a look. So basically the league has kicked off. A few games are played, but we are yet to play our first fixture. What I'm going to show you is the season preview. And it is as follows. They think we're going to finish 14th this season, which would leave us in the relegation fight, I believe. So we the bottom 2 go down, and then the next 2 go into a playoff. So that's where they expect us to be, in and around that. The other teams that got promoted, you'll see Arges are they're going to finish 10th apparently. Bucuresti are down there with us. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? What they think the other teams are going to do, and then Academica as well. So actually 4 teams came up. That's amazing. I didn't even take a note of that. But yeah, 4 teams came up from our division last year. That's amazing. So there you have it, my friends. Academica, they think, are going to finish bottom of the pile. So yeah, we're not really in the strongest. We're not the strongest of teams, but it is what it is, and we're just going to have to fight bravely. You're going to see the highest spend is like nearly 2 million by FCSB, and Cluj have sold a load of players at a profit, basically, so they've not spent any money yet, but they've made 3.5 million nearly, so it's amazing the difference in the clubs. What I will do is I'll click on FCSB, and this club, I believe, split in 2 at one point, but this club here, I'm just going to show you like some of their best players, and then you can see the levels that we're at. So if you compare him to Massaro, for instance, we'll do a comparison actually, just so you can see. So that's their striker and our striker. Yeah, it's a big difference, isn't it? It's an absolutely massive difference. And this is basically what we're fighting against. And if we were to go to someone else, let's go to Coman, and we'll compare him with like our best left winger at the moment, who is on loan, and that's Corellis. Yeah, it's big, it's massive, and look at the wages as well. Like, there's a huge gulf, basically, is what I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gents, in this division and the one that we were just in. So we're gonna just have to try our best. But anyway, let's crack on with the foosball game. We don't need to be talking anymore. We're going to get this season kicked off, and then once this game is done and dusted, I'm going to talk to you about how the series is going to play out from next episode. But anyway, we're going to go with Silic in goal, Anaya and Sofran at fullback, Vieira and Mastorovic are going to play centre back. We're going to go Mika and Brink in the midfield, Kesic and Andre on the wings. We're going to go Hattigan through the middle and Massaro up top. And so here we go, my friends. First game of this season, and it's against a very big opposition, as we've already said, haven't we? Excuse me while I drink my tea during the course of this episode. I'm up recording very early, and I'm only on my first lovely cup of Rubili, so I need to get this in my system. But yeah, nearly 15 minutes gone in the game already, and not really much to shout about, is there? But we're holding our own. I think it maybe helps this game that we're at home. I'm amazed. I'm just going to demand a bit more from the boys. I'm amazed that the stadium isn't full up. I know it's a big stadium. It's reduced capacity this year. It's down to 10,700. I don't know why, but that is the case for this season. We've come into this a bit more struggling on that possession, but this is why I said that attacking and that possession-based football was never going to work. Not in this division, not against these good teams. Free kick here with Coman. Oh, what a save! I weren't sure if that hit the bar or that is an unbelievable save. Unbelievable save. How has he got up to that? Jesus, we might have a new hero on our hands as Coman come. That's a brilliant tackle from Kesic. He's not really meant to be back there doing that role, but I will happily take that. We're nearly at half time at 0-0. Yes, they're the better team. They've had the better game, but that is not that bad, my friends. It's really not. We're going to say I'm proud of the efforts. Keep it going. Just send them straight back out there for the second half. That was not bad. But yeah, they are the better team. We've picked up a few yellow cards, to be expected. We're slower. I find when you're the lesser team on FM at the moment, you do tend to pick up more cards. And I think it's just because physically they're better. I'm going to make my first change. I want to bring Kesic off, but I can't. Maybe I can. Yeah, we'll bring Radu on, and we'll put Andre as an inverted winger on support, because he can do that role. So let's do that and see if that changes things. But as you can see, we've got Massaro, we've got Andre, we've got Onay. None of them are really having the best of games. Just going to mark and press the new striker that's come on. Not sure what to do, gang. Massaro is struggling. Struggling up top, isn't he? I need to get him off. I'm just going to have to bring him off for Kuhn, who I'm not sure if he's going to be good enough, but yeah. The other one was the left back, as you see me highlighting that. He's struggling back there, but less than 10 minutes to go. Maybe we've added on time. Maybe it's about 10 minutes, isn't it? And here we go. They're and they've hit the woodwork, and they're getting closer. It's not been a game of many highlights, I will say that, which I think proves how good our defence has been. Brink's going to come off for Barber. We're going to go to a ball winning with Barber, and we're going to go deep line with Mika on defence on both of them, just to kind of pack that midfield out and try to see this game out, basically. But here we go, Hartigan into Anay, ball coming in. Oh, it was a nice ball. Now Barber's on it. into Sofran, into Radu, back to Sofran, into Barber, into Mika. This is good football. Into Barber. Oh, I thought he was going to lose the ball. Mika. Yes. Come on. Someone. Move. There we go. Andre. Oh, it's a good effort. It's a good effort. But it was never going to trouble the keeper. But I'm going to take this. I'm going to happily take this with open arms. And 0-0 against the champions of last season. Well, that wasn't the worst result in the world, was it? A 0-0 against the reigning champions. I will happily take draws this year. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not all that worried about, loads of draws and whatever. As long as we don't lose too many games and we don't find ourselves in a bit of a relegation dogfight, I really, really don't mind. Now, what I'm going to do, some might like this, some might not. But look, I anticipate this being a very, very difficult season. I don't anticipate that we're going to be anywhere near winning the league. Okay, we have just been promoted. We're a club with very small finances. We don't have big pulling power in the transfer window, so I expect this to be a really, really difficult season. And so I'm probably between episodes gonna play a few more games than I usually would. The last few seasons, like with the series so far, you think about it, we've actually completed 3 seasons, 1 full season, well, 2 full seasons really, because we've done a half with Reykjavik, half with Timişoara, and then we did a full season. So we've done 3 seasons already, 2 seasons already. So this is our 3rd season, but this is our hardest season. And I don't anticipate we're going to be anywhere near the top of the table because of the state of the club and where we're at, basically. I said I would honour the contract, and that's why I've decided to stay. It would have been really easy for me to leave after winning that title and just go and get another job. But we can use this club at the moment to try and do badges. The minute that dries up, then we'll have to think about moving on. But we can use the club at the minute to do the badges and just keep gaining reputation. If we go on a bit of a run and we win some games in this league, it will look good when we go and try and get another job, basically. But I don't anticipate this being our last stop in the series. That's basically what I'm saying. But I'm going to push on through games. So anyway, a very, very short segment there turned into a long one because I decided to waffle. But anyway, I'm going to play all the way up to the cup game. I want to do the cup with you because I want to try to take the cup seriously if possible. We don't know we're going to draw yet, but we go into the 5th round. I believe it's 5th, 6th quarter semi-final. So there's not actually that many games to get us to the final either. So, we just have to see what happens with that game, basically. But I'm going to come back for that, and we'll pair it with the Gaz Matan game, and we'll do that as a double header. It does mean I'm going to obviously play for a lot of games, and some might not like it, but it's going to be a tough season, and I don't anticipate we're probably going to miss all that much. But if I'm doing really well, then for the second half of the season, I might think about doing a few more episodes. We'll just have to wait and see, basically. We'll finish on the league table. I know we only drew. It's only a point. It's only 1 game played, but we will finish here. It was a good point. It's going to be a tough season. Hopefully I have a few more players to introduce you to next episode. But for now, that's all from the Hall of Famer. And today you have it, my friends. We are done and dusted for another episode of the Hall of Famer. It's a good start to the season, drawing against last year's winners. And let me know what you've made of the players and the state of the club at the moment. And basically, really, my plans for the future. Do you think I'm right to be doing to be treating the club like I am, or do you think maybe we should be taking it a bit more seriously with every club that we're at? I've met my goal. I won something with Reykjavik. I won something with Timişoara. So if I do want to leave at the end of the season, I can. Just can't go to the top divisions yet because I haven't got my bloody badges. But anyway, I'm off, my friends. If you're new around here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. I'm saluting you all. Stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you real soon.